Welcome. In this playthrough of Marvel Champions, a card game, we have the Hulk teaming up with Black Widow going up against the KLAW. So down at the table for our setup for the villain, got the underground distribution in place. We're using KLAW 1 and 2. So we've got the KLAW and standard and counter set. They recommend the Masters of Evil, but I've put in the Kree Fanatic set, which is a print and play put out by Fantasy Flight. For setup, we'll search the encounter deck for the Defense Network and reveal it and put it in play, which I've already done. So that is going to place an additional threat per player here. So that comes in with 4. Then we have a threshold of 6 per player, so 12 on this. When revealed, discard cards from the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play, engage with the first player. So we'll go ahead and do a minor shuffle, and then start discarding, looking for a minion. That's going to go in front of the Hulk here. And the first minion is going to be an armored guard. Scheme of 0, attack of 1. Health of 3, he's got the guard ability and comes in with toughness. And then after he comes into play, we can shuffle our obligations in and shuffle some more. So KLAW, it's got a scheme of 2. His attack is a 0 with a forced interrupt. When he attacks, we give him 1 additional boost card for the activation. And he has 12 hit points per player, so he comes in with 24. And then for our heroes, we have Bruce Banner, recovery of 4. Experimental research as an action, draw 1 card, choose and discard 1 card from your hand, limit once per round, hand size of 5, hit points of 18. Then his hero form, the Hulk, thwart of 0, attack of 3, defense of 3, enraged ability, a force interrupt. When your turn ends, discard your hand, and a hand size of 4 on this side. And then for Natasha on the other side, she has a recovery of 3, mission prep, the response after you play a preparation card, draw 1 card, and that's limit to once per phase. And a hand size of 6, 9 hit points. This side, she's got a thwart of 2, attack of 2, defense of 2. Widowmaker is a response. After you trigger the ability of a preparation card you control, deal 1 damage to an enemy. And a hand size of 5 on this side. So, interesting. She starts with 9 health, and Bruce starts with double that. So we'll go ahead and get our starting hands and see how they go. So for Bruce, we're getting 5 cards. All right, we drew into a Hulk Smash, which gives him plus 10 attack for his first attack. So that's hard to pass up round 1, along with a Skilled Strike. So I'll go over my deck construction at the end of the video. So I have changed this from the initial deck. Plus 2 attack for his basic attack, enhanced physique to give us some resources, and a drop kick and energy. And of course, that is only good if there's not a guy with tough and guard in front of us. So that changes some things. So with that, I'll go ahead and discard 2 cards, getting Suborbital Leap and Boundless Rage. Then for Natasha, she'll get 6 cards. You've got Espionage, Downtime, Winter Soldier, Widow's Bite, Covert Ops, and Quake. And I'm not too thrilled about any of those, so we're just going to pitch all of those and draw 6 more. So we'll be working with Jessica Jones, Target Acquired, Acrobatics, Strength, a Helicarrier, and Counterintelligence. So for Bruce, we're going to use his ability to draw a card and discard a card. We've got a Thunderclap. And we'll discard the Leap. Then we're going to put Enhanced Physique in play. So as a hero resource, well, I guess we can put that in now. Exhaust Enhanced Physique, remove 1 physical counter from it to generate a physical resource. Then we will flip over to the Hulk. He will swing to get rid of the toughness. Then as a hero action, which is not an attack, we're going to choose up to 3 different enemies, deal 3 damage to each of them. So 2 resources there, and 1 from that. So 3 damage here, and 3 on the claw, down to 21. Then for Natasha, we are going to put in Target Acquired, which is a preparation card. It's a hero response. After a boost card is turned face up, discard Target Acquired, cancel that card's boost ability. Use that to pay for it. And after you play a preparation card, draw 1 card. So we found a grappling hook. Then we'll go ahead and flip over. We're going to thwart for 2. We'll put in a helicarrier for 3. So as an action, we can exhaust that to choose a player, reduce the resource cost of the next card that player plays this phase by 1. Then we'll put in Attack Acrobatics. It's a hero interrupt, which is an attack. When a boost card is turned face up, discard Attack Acrobatics. Cancel the boost icons on that card. Deal 1 damage to the villain for each boost icon canceled this way. I guess technically I could have used the helicarrier to not spin that. So we'll fix that decision there. End her turn. Drawing 4 on this side. So we've got a Skilled Strike, Drop Kick, Thunderclap, and some Genius. Then over here, we're going to keep this and draw 4 more. Getting a Beat Cop, Synth Suit, Dance of Death, and a Quinn Carrier. The start of the villain phase, we get 2 threats. Claw's going to attack over here. We're going to take it, so we get 2 boost cards. First one, if this activation deals damage to you, exhaust your hero. And the next one is nothing. So talk about lucky. 0 attack coming in. So we take 0 damage, so we do not exhaust. For Black Widow, she's going to take it. First boost is Bring the Hammer Down. So this is one of the Kree Fanatic cards from the print and play. I do not have fancy printing, so all I've done is printed this out on normal paper and taken the Masters of Evil and slide this on top of there. So it's a boost. If this activation defeats a character, deal the first player 1 face down encounter card. And it has 3 boost icons, to which we are going to respond with an Attack Acrobatics. When a boost card is turned face up, discard Attack Acrobatics, which is why I'm revealing them 1 at a time. Cancel those on the card, deal 1 damage to the villain for each boost icon canceled this way. So we'll take him down to 18. And then the next boost is 2, so he's hitting us for 2 damage. So down to 7. And since we used her ability, after you trigger the ability of a preparation card you control, deal 1 damage to an enemy. So down to 17. Then we're each going to get an encounter card. For the Hulk, it's going to be, hey, an Armored Guard is back. So his 2 weaknesses, his characters were tough or him being exhausted or stunned. And over here we get a Weapons Runner. So he comes in with Surge. And this is going to be Claw's Vengeance. Or in hero mode, Claw attacks you. If this attack deals damage, place 1 threat on the main scheme. I think we can live with that. So not defending. Base 3. 4 damage coming in though. Not pleased about that. So she's down to 3. We took a damage, so a threat goes on the main scheme up to 3. Now she becomes first player. So while I'd really like to get the Synth Suit out, or for that matter, the Quinn Carrier or the Beat Cop, Dance of Death I think is best right now. So we'll spend 3 resources on that. Make the following 3 attacks in order. We're going to deal 1 damage to an enemy, which we'll do over here to get rid of toughness. Then we deal 2 damage to an enemy, which we'll do over here to the Weapons Runner. Then we're going to deal 3 damage to an enemy. So she's showing the Hulk how to take care of minions. Then we're just going to hold on to our grappling hook again. And I think it's time she flips over and heals. So up to 6. So we'll go ahead and make the next card Hulk plays 1 cheaper. So we're going to play Drop Kick. Normally costs 3. It's going to cost 2 because of that. We're going to spend 1 physical resource here and 1 from Enhanced Physique. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. If you paid for this using only physical resources, which we did, stun that enemy and draw a card. So 4 damage down to 13. Stunned. And we draw into combat training, which works for me, so we can use Genius to put that into play. That gives us +1 attack. Then we are going to swing into KLAW with a base 3, along with her skilled strike, which gives it +2 attack for the attack. So 6 damage, taking KLAW down to 7. That will end our turn. So drawing 6 cards over here. So we've got that in hand. So we picked up a Nick Fury for Justice, Widow's Bite, the Power of Justice, and Spycraft. Hulk gets 4 cards. So Nick Fury is anxious to get in this fight. So we've got Nick, a movable object, which is probably one of Hulk's better cards, giving me +4 hit points and Retaliate 1, Unstoppable Force, and Suborbital Leap. So we're going to get 2 threat. KLAW goes to attack. Well, first he goes to scheme over here for base 2, +2. Nice to see Burn Notice go that way. So we're up to 9 there. Then he attacks on Hulk. Remove stunned. Deal out some encounter cards. First one is the Accused. So this is another Kree fanatic. Attached to your identity. It's a force interrupt. When an enemy initiates an attack against the attached identity, that enemy gets +1 attack for that attack. Forced response. After Ronan the Accuser is defeated, discard this card. So I'll just put that there, and hopefully I can remember all the nastiness coming from that. And over here we get the Immortal KLAW. So it gives him an additional 10 hit points and comes out with 6 threat on it. And Hulk will become first player. So Hulk is going to ask Natasha to help out with the helicarrier, making his next card cost 1 less. So we're going to spend 2 plus the 1 less. This is going to get us +4 hit points, and we gain Retaliate 1. So we're up to 22 health. Then we will swing for 4. Oops. So it was up to 14. Forgot about the 10 over there. And he was at 7. So we're 17, so down to 13. So that's it for Hulk. For Natasha, we're going to put the grappling hook into play. With those 2 resources, that allows us to draw a card, getting Genius. Then we're going to flip over Fort for 2, getting rid of the defense network. Then we're going for Justice, using the Power of Justice with the Wilds. So as a hero action, remove 3 threat from a scheme, 4 instead if we used Mental. So the Wild will count for that, so we can take 4 threat off of the Underground Distribution. Then we're going to use Genius to put in Spycraft. This is play only if you control a spy character, and that's us on the card. So we are a spy. When you reveal an encounter card, discard Spycraft, cancel the effects of that card and discard it, then reveal another card from the encounter deck. That's going to end her turn. So the Hulk will discard his card. Everyone's readying up. 4 cards here. So 2 enhanced physiques. Our Asgard weapon and Mockingbird. And 5 cards over here, which is going to be a Beat Cop, Mockingbird, Endurance, and finally finding some of our gauntlets. So we're going to get 3 threat. Claw declares an attack. We're going to defend. So first one, ooh. All right, Ronan the Accuser. Scheme of 3, attack of 3. Hit points is 9 per player, so 18. Comes in with toughness. Ronan the Accuser cannot be stunned. So forced interrupt. When the villain phase begins, Ronan the Accuser engages the hero with the fewest remaining hit points. And his boost, which is going off now, put Ronan the Accuser into play, engaged with you. And for that, Black Widow jumps in and goes, our target's been acquired. It's a hero response. After a boost card is turned face up, discard target acquired. Cancel that card's boost ability. So that saves us from Ronan, but you can see how nasty he is. And that does do a damage to Claw. Then the next boost is nothing. So if it wasn't for the accused, and he wasn't defeated, he was just didn't happen. We are taking, well, no, we defended. We've got a defensive 2, no damage coming in at us. Then attacking on Hulk. So put the weapons runner in. So 1, 2 damage coming in. Then the weapons runner hits us for 1. We're down to 19. We retaliate for 1. That takes care of the attacks. Of course, I did go in back order. I guess the attack should have went on Hulk first, but the target acquired would have still worked. Deal out some encounter cards. First one, Claw's Vengeance. We're in hero. Claw attacks you. If this attack deals damage, place 1 threat on the main scheme. Not the worst thing that can happen. So, oh, good grief. This activation defeats a character, deal the first player 1 face down encounter card. So it's coming in for 5 damage. So down to 14. Retaliate for 1. And let me take a look at that. Yep. Dealt damage, so we get a threat on the main scheme. Then over here, we find an armored guard with toughness. And Black Widow becomes first player. So we are going to put in Black Widow's Gauntlet using Endurance. With this as a resource, exhaust her Gauntlet, generate a wild resource for a preparation card. Then we're going to put in a new Hulk card, the Beat Cop, Power of Justice, and Mockingbird for the resources. So as an action, exhaust Beat Cop, move 1 threat from a scheme to here. Then as an action, exhaust and discard Beat Cop, deal 1 damage to a minion for each threat here. So we'll put that in play. And take a threat. And then since she's feeling very fragile, she's going to flip over. Then we're going to make the Hulk's first card 1 cheaper. We're going to bring in Mockingbird for 2 plus the 1 there. After she enters play, stun an enemy. So Claw is stunned. She will attack to get rid of the toughness. Going to use, well, I'm going to bring in the Asgard weapon using Enhanced Physique to pay for it. So as a response, after your hero attacks an enemy, spend a physical resource to deal 2 damage to an enemy. Then Hulk is just going to take out the armored guard. That will end her turn. 6 cards over here. So we've got a Safe House for Justice, Covert Ops, Target Acquired, Grappling Hook, and Dance of Death. And 4 cards for the Hulk. Counterattack, Brawn, Banner's Laboratory, and a Drop Kick. So we start with 3 threat up here. So we're at 12. I wasn't watching that close enough, so this is going to trigger. So we go to a secret rendezvous. When revealed, discard cards from the counter deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play engaged with the first player. So that's going to be her. So we're discarding. And we did not find a minion. So when we're discarding to find something and we go through the deck, we just stop. But we will get an acceleration token, and we've got to do some shuffling. So we've got the Hulk at 14 health, Black Widow at 6, and we're on the first version of KLAW. He's got 11 health, and he's already immortal. And we already know when we go to the next version, he's going to stay immortal. So I don't even know if it's worth getting rid of it this time. All right, so here, if this stage is completed, the players lose a game. We've got a threshold of 16 now. So he's going to scheme over here for base 2. Then attacking on the Hulk. Stunned. This guy swings for 1. And we retaliate for 1 to get rid of the weapons runner. Then encounter cards. A Sonic Boom. When revealed, either spend a resource of each type or exhaust each character you control. Seems pretty harsh, but we'll do it. And then for the Hulk, Judge, Jury, Executioner. So another Kree one. Forced response. After a friendly character is defeated by an enemy attack, place 2 threat on the main scheme. This comes in with 3 per player. So 6 threat. And Hulk is first player. So I'm stalling with Widow, keeping up with all the threats. So I'm going to go ahead and put Brawn in for 3. As a response, after Brawn attacks, remove 1 threat from a scheme. So we'll bring him in. Swing for 1 on KLAW, taking him down to 10. And remove a threat from a scheme. Then Mockingbird is going to thwart for 1. And take a damage. Hulk will swing for 4. Down to 6. Tasha will make her next card 1 cheaper to bring in the safe house. Exhaust safe house, choose a preparation card in a discard pile, add that card to your hand. I think target acquired is going to be our most beneficial at the moment. Then we'll go ahead and put that in play with that, which lets us draw a card, getting Agent Coulson. We are going to put Agent Coulson into play with 3 resources. After he enters play, search your deck and discard pile for a preparation card and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. We are going to just go in for this preparation card because I'm just using it to pay for justice, using one of these 2 as a mental resource. So we can remove 4 threat from a scheme, getting rid of Judge and Jury. Then we'll use the Beat Cop to take 1 off of the Immortal KLAW. Then we'll have Coulson thwart for 2. Oops, that 1 goes on the Beat Cop though. So thwarting for 2 with Coulson. Oh, that 1 thing was a hero action, so it did need to flip over. So that fixes that oversight. And that will end the turn. So 4 cards for the Hulk. So we've got a Crushing Blow, She-Hulk, Power of Aggression, and a Counter Attack. 5 cards over here. for Justice, Spycraft, Attack Acrobatics, our other gauntlets, and Energy. So now we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going from 2 to 6. KLAW is going to attack the Hulk. First one is a weapons runner, so he comes into play against us. Second one is Ronan the Accuser. And once again, we're going to target acquired out of that. And we can deal 1 damage to someone. We'll pick the weapons runner. Then, let's see. So KLAW's getting +1 for his attack here. Mockingbird is going to jump in the way. First boost is nothing. Second, this activation is an attack. That attack gains overkill. All right, so 1, 2, 3 damage coming in. Mockingbird blocks 1. 2 breaks through. Down to 4. And I forgot the attack here on the Hulk with this guy. Sorry, missing this stuff. At least I'm catching it before it matters, and then retaliates for 1. So then some counter cards for the Hulk. We have an Assault. The villain attacks you. We're going to let it come through. So 1, 2, 3 damage. Down to 9. We retaliate for 1, taking him down to 5. Then on the Black Widow, bringing down the hammer. Ronan the Accuser activates. It gets a player he's engaged with. If Ronan the Accuser is not in play, this card gains Surge. Then we go into a defense network. We've seen that before, so that's coming in with 4 threat on it, and we can't take threat off the main scheme. And Black Widow is first player. So we are going to use for Justice as a hero action, removing 3 threat from a scheme. Then we'll use our Beat Cop. Then we're flipping over and healing for 3, so up to 7. Use our ability to go grab a preparation card and put it into our hand. Shouldn't need target acquired again, but that's been crucial. So we'll go ahead and put that in play. Lets us draw a card. Getting Daredevil. Then we'll put our other gauntlet into play. Have Agent Coulson thwart for 2 over here. I think that's all that she's going to do. We'll have Brawn attack for 1. Down to 4. Remove a threat from a scheme. Hulk will swing for 4. So that takes out the first version of KLAW. All right, so here, scheme of 2, attack of 1. Still with the same Force Interrupt. When KLAW attacks, give him 1 additional boost card. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the Immortal KLAW. Reveal it and shuffle the encounter deck. Well, it's already in play. So he's coming in with 18 to 36, 46 health. We'll make the next card we play 1 cheaper. So we're going to bring in She-Hulk with these 3. She gets a thwart of 2, taking 2 damage, attack of 1. She gets +1 attack for each damage token on her. So she's going to come in. We're going to have her thwart for 2 to get rid of that. Taking 2 damage. Mortal KLAW is done with. So now he's back down to a 36. And I think we're going to flip over. I'll use his ability to draw a card and discard. We've got Unstoppable Force, which I think I'm going to like better than Crushing Blow. And Ender Turn. So Natasha, we'll keep that, drawing 5 more cards. Get the first one, target acquired. Gets us an encounter card, and we'll shuffle our deck. So situation, KLAW, we just started pretty much on the second level, is 36 health. Hulk is at 9. Natasha is at 7 health. So it's been going slow, but with some help, Hulk is still in this. So 4 more cards. We've got Quake, Daredevil, Spycraft, and some Endurance. Then over here, we're going to draw 4 more cards. So I've got Strength, Lockjaw, a Helicarrier, and Limitless Strength. So we're getting 3 threat. KLAW is going to scheme over here for base 2, 3. So up to 9. Then over here for base 2, 4. So 13 out of 16. So this could go bad. Sonic Boom. Either spend one of each resource or exhaust each character you control. Unfortunately, we do not have one of each resource, so we're forced to exhaust. And the next one is, when revealed in Alter Ego, discard 1 card at random from your hand. So we are going to lose energy. Then over here, Sound Manipulation. KLAW heals 4 damage. If no damage was healed this way, this card gains Surge. He's at max health. So caught off guard, discard an upgrade or support you control. No cards were discarded this way, this card gains Surge. Well, haven't used this yet, so we'll go ahead and get rid of that. I'm going to use Bruce's ability, finding a skilled strike, which we will keep, discarding Lockjaw, which can be played from a discard pile anyway. I was thinking about healing, but I think it's time to push some luck here. So we're going to have Hulk swing for 4, down to 32. Going to bring in a Helicarrier with Limitless Strength. So Hulk's just picking one up and bringing it in for himself. We'll use Unstoppable Force. It's a hero action, Ready Hulk. If you paid for this card using only physical resources, draw 1 card. Drawing into Valkyrie. Then we're going to attack again for 4, playing this in with it. So another 2, so 6 damage. Down to 26. And that amount of threat is scaring me, so She-Hulk is going to take 2 of that away. And take 2 damage. Brawn is going to attack for 1. And remove 1. And take his damage. We're going to put a Spycraft into play with one of our gauntlets. That's going to let us draw a card. Getting attack acrobatics. Then we'll flip over. Then we'll use our other gauntlet to put in attack acrobatics. Make the next card we play 1 cheaper. So we're going to bring in Daredevil. After he thwarts, deal 1 damage to an enemy. So we're going to bring him in and thwart for 2. So he'll take a damage, and we put 1 over here. We have our Beat Cop. Take 1 of these. So he's up to 4 on him. And I believe that's everything we're going to do. Still had a Helicarrier left. So we're going to discard Valkyrie, drawing 4, which is going to take us through our deck. So Hulk Smash, Power of Aggression, Crushing Blow, and Limitless Strength. give us an encounter card and shuffle our deck. So not much has changed. We still have KLAW at 24 health. Hulk is at 9 and Black Widow at 7. So Black Widow draws 5. Getting Covert Ops times 2, Dance of Death times 2, and some strength. So 3 threat up to 10. KLAW goes to attack. I think we'll have Brawn defend on this one. So first card is a 1, 2, 3. So 4 damage coming in. Brawn is out. Attack on Black Widow. Agent Coulson's going to jump in the way. First one is Bring the Hammer Down. If this activation defeats a character, deal the first player 1 face down encounter card. Well, it's going to. So we are going to cancel that card's boost ability. And play some acrobatics to put 3 damage back on KLAW. So 3 damage on KLAW. Cancel the boost, so that does the damage. And the acrobatics does another damage, down to 19. And that was the first boost. The second one, this activation is an attack. This attack gains overkill. So he's got 3 damage coming in. Coulson's going to soak up 1, and Black Widow still takes 2. Down to 5. Deal out some encounter cards. First one for Hulk is Solid Sound Body. Attach a KLAW. He gains Retaliate. You spend 1 of each resource to discard that card. Next one is his Vengeance. KLAW attacks you. If this attack deals damage, place 1 threat on the main scheme. I think we'll let Daredevil defend on that one. So the first boost, oh goodness, Enter Demons, 3. So 4 damage coming in. Daredevil is going. And it did deal damage, so we get 1 threat on the main scheme, so up to 11. Then for Black Widow, Sonic Converter. After KLAW attacks and damages a character, stun that character. As a hero action, spend 1 of each resource to discard it. And Black Widow becomes first player. We're going to make the next card she plays cost 1 less. So we're going to do a Dance of Death using the Hulk strength. So that's going to deal 1 damage, then 2, then 3, so 6 damage. Taking him down to 13. Then we'll ask Hulk for a little help. Making the next card cost a little less. We'll do some Covert Ops. So remove 4 threat from a scheme, confuse the villain. So 4 threat off. KLAW is confused. We'll use our Beat Cop. So she is done. And then we are going to have Hulk attack for 4 plus another 10. So that is going to take him down. So the Hulk aggression with Black Widow Justice was enough. And I think the card of the day was Target Acquired. It saved us from Ronin coming out twice. So for deck construction for the Hulk, of course, the Power of Aggression, 2 of those, threw into combat training, kept to 3 drop kicks, put in 3 skilled strikes, 2 counter attacks, the Asgard weapon, Brawn, Valkyrie, and She-Hulk. And for the basic cards, the 3 resources, a Helicarrier, 3 enhanced physiques, Mockingbird, Nick Fury, and Lockjaw. And for Black Widow, with the Power of Justice, we've got 2 of those, 3 for Justice, Spycraft ×2, Counterintelligence, 2 Beat Cops, then Agent Coulson, Daredevil, Quake, and Jessica Jones. And for her basics, we've got the 3 resources, Target Acquired, got 3 of those, Espionage, Helicarrier, Endurance, Downtime, Quincarrier, Mockingbird, and Nick Fury. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough, so please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.